From stories across the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A very good evening to you. I'm Nitya De Oliveira.
Good evening. I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
The percentage of fully recovered COVID-19 patients in the island exceeds 83%. Tremendous public attraction on the Beara Lake outdoor cafeteria and walking path. It has been revealed that there was no plan to utilize the stock of disappeared explosives in a quarry in Mavanalla for terrorist extremist activity. A stable price for 10 essential food items from February. 12 persons killed in deadly road accidents within 24 hours.
Moving on to the stories in detail. The epidemiology unit says that the number of patients recovered from COVID-19 has increased to 36,717. Another 562 left hospitals today after recovering from the virus. 65 persons under treatment at the centers in Polonnaruwa district left today after recovering from the illness. Director of the District Health Services, Dr. Kumar Vikramasinghe, says that 31 patients at the COVID-19 treatment centers in Kegol district have fully cured and left centers. 4,776 patients have fully cured and left hospitals in the past 7 days. The highest number of recoveries was 826, and that was recorded yesterday. 562 patients left hospitals today after recovering from the virus. The percentage of fully recovered patients has increased to 82.77% or 36,717. Accordingly, 16.76% or 7,433 are undergoing treatment. (14,565) PCR tests have been conducted yesterday. A total of 1,286,233 PCR tests have been conducted so far in the country. 7 COVID-19 patients have been detected from the new Manning Market complex in Paliguda. The detections have been made following 120 random PCR tests conducted on shop owners, traders and consumers recently. 39 patients have also been found in Hinguraguda Air Force Camp. Air Force personnel who are returning to the camp after vacation from their homes are being placed under 14-day quarantine in alternate locations in the camp premises itself following PCR tests. The infected patients have been identified at these places. All of them have been directed to the Katunaga Air Force COVID Treatment Center. It has also been reported that 4 employees, including the postmaster of the Boralla post office, have also been afflicted with the COVID-19 disease. Accordingly, the post office was temporarily closed down. It is scheduled to be reopened next Monday after sterilization. 13,029 persons have been subjected to rapid antigen tests since the 18th of this month. 102 patients have been identified through these tests. 600 close associates of these patients have been quarantined. Search operations continue. The police suspect that the escapees may have arrived in Kurunagala from Polonnaruwa by bus. The Kurunagala police station has commenced a special investigation through relevant CCTV data.
Now, the Director General of Health Services says that 3 more COVID-19 related deaths have been reported. Accordingly, the total number of such deaths reported in the island is at 211. Among the latest victims were a 93-year-old female in Colombo 13 and a 76-year-old male in Colombo 12. Now, the other victim is a male between the ages of 70 and 80 years found in the Maradana Police Division whose identity could not be verified. Now, moving on to more local stories, head of the epidemiology unit, Dr. Sudat Samravira, said that the school system and tuition classes will be opened under the health guidelines.
We know because of the COVID-19 epidemic during the year 2020, our school education has got a very big blow and a very big setback because most of the time that our schools are closed, the students studying online, but it is not equal in all the areas because in some areas there is no internet access, no necessary mobile devices to get the necessary educational contents. Because of that, in this year 2021, somehow we have to start the schools again again and resume our children's education properly. For that, the Ministry of Education now planning to carry out all the things to make the school safe environment free of COVID-19 and to prevent introduction of COVID-19 into schools and to bring the COVID-19 back to children's homes. So at the beginning, the Minister of Education, what will we do is that they will start meeting all the parents and the staff of all the teachers of the classes, and they will discuss how to manage the classes, how to prevent that introduction of COVID-19 into schools, that if there are symptomatics even among the children or staff, what to do and how to face, how to encounter such situations in order to prevent any COVID-19 outbreaks in schools. So with all these plannings, we hope that in this year, in coming days, we will be able to resume the education of our children again and will be able to continue uninterruptedly whether COVID-19 in Sri Lanka or not. As similarly, that we know that tuition classes is one of the essential component in our children's education nowadays. So because of that, resuming of tuition classes also a need that Ministry of Education with the professionals of these tuition masters, that there are associations that we are held in discussions to identify how to resume these tuition classes, preventing COVID-19 outbreaks within these classes. So we hope that with the beginning of new education, that new school terms in this year, the tuition classes also will be able to resume with some restrictions with new normal life, preventing COVID-19 spread in these classes.
The Ministry of Education says that health guidelines are being formulated with regard to tuition classes. It has also been reported that this decision was taken in response to requests made by persons engaged in this field. Parliamentarian Gunapala Ratnasekara said that the tuition classes render a massive service to the Sri Lankan education sector. He further points out that schools never conduct classes for the third-time candidates of the ordinary level or advanced level examinations. Their educational requirements are being entirely fulfilled via tuition classes. However, tuition classes have been completely closed down. He added that there are no accurate statistics regarding tuition class teachers, but believes that the number exceeds 200,000. The parliamentarian added that around 600,000 students rely upon these teachers. He further said that it is a government responsibility to reopen this sector, as other sectors in the country have already been reopened for the general public. The Beara Lake outdoor cafeteria and walking path has become an extremely attractive leisure location by the locals as well as foreign tourists. This is regarded as a project commenced and completed during the COVID-19 period. This project got underway on the instructions of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. One of the main objectives has been to encourage the general public to use pedestrian lanes when they reach towns. Construction of the walking path and cafeteria located in front of the Baladaksha Mawatha in the Golface Green commenced on the 8th of June last year. It was vested with the people on the 29th of last month. The government has spent a sum of 60 million rupees on this project. The entire facility has been constructed in an extent of 0.8 hectares of land. The Urban Development Authority and the Sri Lanka Land Development Corporation were in charge of the construction. A special and significant feature has been the construction of a spacious vehicle park and a shopping complex comprising of 60 shops.
Now, more local stories. Police say that they are not aware of any plan to utilize the stock of missing explosives in a quarry in Mavanala for terrorist or extremist activity. 4 suspects have been taken into custody by the Department of Criminal Investigations along with a stock of explosives. It was hidden in a location in Talavatta in Peradeniya. The operation has been jointly conducted by the Mavanala Police Station and the CID.
Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that measures will be taken to maintain stable prices for 10 essential food items from the month of February. The minister was participating in a discussion regarding the commencement of the activities at the main economic centre in Mihintale today. Well, this program is to be implemented with regard to food items, rice, flour, sugar, dal, canned fish, sprats, onions, potatoes, eggs and chicken. The Ministry of Trade has made preparations to sell food items of high standards at minimum prices. Steps have been taken to provide to the consumer foods directly from the Satosu cooperatives, the Q-Shop network and purchased at the minimum supply rates. The objective of the program is the stabilization of prices of essential items. As an initial measure, the program is scheduled to be implemented for a period of 6 months starting from February. The minister further said that a newspaper advertisement calling supply prices from local producers and direct importers is to be published by the end of this month.
Now, the police say that 12 persons were killed in 65 deadly motor accidents in the 24 hours that ended at 6 o'clock this morning. 40 persons have also been injured in these incidents. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana says that 253 drunken drivers have also been arrested. At the 14th milepost in Kasbava, Piliyandala, a motorcycle hit head-on with an incoming jeep. The victim of the accident was 68-year-old rider of the motorcycle who was a resident of Honnantara, Piliyandala. Driver of the jeep was arrested and he was scheduled to be produced before the Kasbava magistrate. 3 persons were seriously wounded when a lorry clashed with 3 tipper vehicles parked along the Dambulla-Galevela main road in Ibbankatua at dawn today. It was a lorry transporting vegetables to the Dambulla Economic Centre from Colombo involved in the accident. The driver and the assistant of the lorry as well as one of the drivers in the tipper trucks have been injured. They were admitted to the Dambulla Base Hospital. Police say that the reason for the mishap was the driver of the lorry falling asleep while driving.
Well, construction of a Helakala village in the vicinity of the Muniandi Lake in Polonnaruwa has commenced yesterday. It is being implemented as a tourism promotion project. The Polonnaruwa Municipal Council is bearing the total cost of the project, valued at 70 million rupees. The work is scheduled to be completed within 6 months. It has been planned under the Saubhagya Dakma program. Former President Maithripala Sirisena has presided over the inauguration, which was also attended by State Minister Roshan Ranasinghe and other people's representatives. Minister Namal Rajapaksa says his plans are underway to conduct several international sports competitions in the island. The minister, participating in several opening ceremonies in Diulakumbala area, said that several such rugby, beach volleyball and netball fixtures are to be held. Minister Johnston Fernando inspected construction of the Amatale low-level road in Odugudavarta yesterday. He was engaged in this activity in response to complaints of the general public regarding destabilizing of the work in this project. Minister Ramesh Patirana presided over a ceremony to provide relief to 500 tea planters in Akurasa yesterday. Under the government's program to provide relief to tea cultivators, financial allocations, water pumps and equipment are being given. Aid has been distributed to 901 families without sanitary facilities in the Ayagama in Kalawan recently. Each of the families was provided a sum of 30,000 rupees. The total disbursement amounted to 27 million rupees. The event was presided over by the State Minister Janaka Wakkumara. The Samudra Development Department has commenced construction of 10 houses for poor families in the North Tandia Divisional Secretariat Division. The first house, built in Dugganna in Bandaranaikapura under the program, was handed over to the needy family yesterday. 300 families have been benefited by a drinking water project which was inaugurated in the Millenia area in Kalutara recently. The total cost of the project is 6.5 million rupees. The construction has commenced under the guidance of State Minister Jayantha Samaravira.
Now, Minister Dr. Bandala Gunawardena says that part of the income from the sale of high-quality face masks by Satosu will be diverted to the Mahapolo Scholarship Trust Fund. The minister made these remarks at a ceremony held in connection with the assuming of duties of the new chairman of Satosu, Rear Admiral Anand Peris, at the Satosu headquarters yesterday. Locally produced face masks conforming to high standards are being sold by Satosu at a nominal retail price of 15 rupees. The minister further said that proceeds of 1 rupee from the sale of a single face mask have been credited to the Mahapolo Scholarship Trust Fund since yesterday. The Mahapolo Scholarship Trust Fund by now has exceeded 12 billion rupees. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. Join us again tomorrow for more of the very latest. Good night.